Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to the Asian Granito India Limited earnings conference call. This conference call may contain certain forward-looking statements about the company, which are based on the beliefs, opinions, and expectations of the company as on date of this call. These statements are not the guarantees of future performance and involve risks and uncertainties that are difficult to predict. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star, then 0 on your touchtone telephone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Praful Gathani, Director, AGL Global. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you very much for handing over. First of all, I welcome all the participants and extend season's greeting, very warmest greeting to all of you for joining us today during the festival season on behalf of Asian Granito India Limited. After the COVID period, which is almost looks to be settled and over, ceramic industry has come on an autobahn. Now we can see that there is a rapid growth coming up in the industry. Almost all the players are running on a very high capacity utilization. For the expert comments and special comments on Asian Granito Limited, I have a pleasure to be with today with our chairman and managing director, Shri Kamlesh Patel, who is a seasoned entrepreneur, and he is also globally known for his entrepreneurship skills and very famous personality in ceramic industry because of his background in the industry for more than 2.5 decades. So I welcome and hand over to Mr. Kamlesh Patel for his comments.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Quarter 2 and 6-month Financial Year 2021 conference call. आप सबको रिजल्ट ऑलरेडी मिल गया होगा, हमने स्टॉक एक्सचेंज में अपलोड किया है. हमारा जो रिजल्ट ऑनलाइन है, होप सो यू ऑल आर वेल एंड हेल्दी. आप सबकी तबीयत भी कोरोना काल में अच्छा रहे, ऐसा मैं उम्मीद करता हूं. कोरोना के टाइम में, ये पीरियड में Q2 में एशियन ग्रेनिटो ने ड्रास्टिकली हर एंगल से ग्रोथ किया है. हमारा टाइल्स मार्केट का सपोर्ट, ओवरऑल इंडस्ट्री का सपोर्ट एशियन ग्रेनिटो को रहा है. हमने उम्मीद की है कि आगे का समय भी हमारे लिए डिमांड काफी इंप्रूव रहेगा. डोमेस्टिक और इंटरनेशनल मार्केट में भी काफी अपॉर्चुनिटी है. एक्सपोर्ट लास्ट ईयर भी हमने अच्छा किया था और ये साल भी हम बेटर करेंगे. डोमेस्टिक में जितने मेट्रो सिटी हैं वो ऑलरेडी आज की तारीख में बंद है. उसके बाद में भी बी और सी टाउन में हमारी डिमांड टाइल्स की अच्छा रहा है. हमने रिटेल पे फोकस किया है. प्रोजेक्ट ऑलरेडी आज की तारीख में कम है, लेकिन रिटेल हमारा डे बाय डे बढ़ता जा रहा है. एक्सपोर्ट मार्केट की अपॉर्चुनिटी एंटी चाइना वर्ल्ड वाइज का मार्केट खुला है. सिरामिक इंडस्ट्री का लास्ट ईयर 7,000 करोड़ का जो एक्सपोर्ट था, इस साल 15,000 करोड़ का एक्सपोर्ट सिरामिक इंडस्ट्री का होगा. डोमेस्टिक डिमांड भी हमारा ऑलरेडी बूमिंग है. ओवरऑल देखा जाए तो कंपनी ने मार्जिन पे फोकस किया है. हमारा स्क्वायर मीटर रियलाइजेशन लास्ट ईयर की कंपैरिजन में कॉम्प्रेस नहीं है, क्योंकि ओवरऑल डिमांड बढ़ा है. जो एक्सपोर्ट का डिमांड बढ़ने की वजह से डोमेस्टिक में प्रेशर कम हुआ है, तो हमारा मार्जिन सस्टेन है. उसके साथ में हमारा मार्केटिंग कॉस्ट वो ड्रास्टिकली चेंज हुआ है. हमने सैलरी वेरिएबल किया है सेल्स टीम पे. TADA का जो एक्सपेंडिचर था वो कम हुआ है और मार्केटिंग ब्रांडिंग एक्सपेंडिचर भी कम हुआ है. और ओवरऑल कंपनी का मार्जिन पहले की कंपैरिजन में बढ़ा है. कंपनी का ग्रोथ मार्च तक और उसके बाद में नेक्स्ट ईयर जो अपॉर्चुनिटी दिखता है, तो सिरामिक इंडस्ट्री में Q3, Q4 एक बड़ी अपॉर्चुनिटी है. कि आने वाले समय में हमारा मार्जिन जो है वो और बढ़ेगा, क्योंकि आफ्टर 15 अगस्त के बाद में, मानसून के बाद में सेकंड क्वार्टर सिरामिक इंडस्ट्री सबके लिए बूमिंग होता है, और दीपावली के टाइम, उसके बाद में दिसंबर तक, और दिसंबर के बाद में मार्च तक जो थर्ड क्वार्टर और फोर्थ क्वार्टर सभी सिरामिक इंडस्ट्री के लिए, बिल्डिंग कंस्ट्रक्शन की प्रोडक्ट के लिए एक एग्रेसिव मोड होता है। और एशियन की पूरी टीम ने ये साल पूरा अच्छा काम किया है। हमने डेट पे फोकस किया है। कंपनी आने वाले समय में जो डेट कैसे रिड्यूस करे, हमारा कैश फ्लो कैसे इंप्रूव करे, और हमारा जो आज की तारीख में जो नंबर ऑफ डीएसओ जो ज्यादा था उस पर फोकस किया है, हमारी इन्वेंटरी पे फोकस किया है, और ग्रोथ डेफिनेट एक ब्रांड की बाजार में प्रेजेंस है। हमने वो प्रेजेंस को डोमिनेट करते हुए बी और सी टाउन में हमने ग्रोथ की पोजीशन मेंटेन किया है, और हमारा रिटेल डे बाय डे बढ़ता है। तो हमको उम्मीद है कि आने वाला थर्ड क्वार्टर और फोर्थ क्वार्टर हमारे लिए बेटर से बेटर जाएगा। और मैं फाइनेंशियल डेटा के लिए हमारे फाइनेंशियल हेड मिस्टर हिमांशु भाई शाह, उनको जस्ट मैं हैंड ओवर करता हूँ। प्लीज हिमांशु भाई।
Good afternoon. Welcome all of you, sir. I just brief about the quarter 2 financials. During this quarter, on YOY basis, we have achieved a top line of 344 crores against 357 crores of the last year. So just about 3.5% downward in the top line on YOY basis. As far as EBITDA is concerned, we are fortunate enough to achieve a very good numbers in 42 crores EBITDA in this quarter against the 30 crores. So absolutely a 38% growth on YOY basis in absolute number in EBITDA, which is at 367 basis points that we have achieved increase. In the net profit numbers, this year we have achieved almost at 19.81 crores against 12.60 crores of the last quarter 2 financial years, which is almost a 223 basis point increase in the net profit levels. Overall, on the debt side, as the chairman sir has already told, we have just replaced our high cost debt by this low cost funding in this COVID-19. So we are able to reduce the interest cost in these quarters also. And in the standalone level also, there is a high contributing factors in the net profit margin, along with these all EBITDA improvement and NSR improvements, which are contributing a major part in this our consolidated results. Now I just offer this question and answers forum open.
If any questions or answers needed, may I request all the participants to raise their questions, please?
Sure, thank you, sir. I'm sorry, please go ahead.
Before that, there are 2 or 3 points which we wanted to stress across. My name is Rutvij Parikh, and I'm the Senior Director in AGL Global. As regards to the segmental revenue, we briefly wanted to touch across few points. In the tile segment, we constituted total sales in terms of a 15% growth, contributing to in excess of 285 odd crores as compared to 247 odd crores YOY. In the marble and the quartz segment, we were at around 21 and 22 odd crores as compared to 30 and 69 odd crores. Our Power Grace, another one of the vertical brands, had increased by 35 odd % to around 4 odd crores, and our sanitary division took a virtual jump in excess of 6 odd crores. Broad constitution for AGL Global stands at over 80% in terms of tiles, marble and quartz accounting to around 15 odd %, and the balance 3 to 4% constituting from sanitary as well as Power Grace. Over the coming 2 to 3 years, we estimate that sanitary ware business as a vertical domain should increase exponentially. Wanted to stress across 3 or 4 points as regarding to the Q2 net profit as well as on the sales. The primary concern or the primary reason for the increased margins were A, consistent realization in terms of various products, be it tiles, marble, Power Grace or sanitary ware. we've been able to achieve through brand realization and product recognition through various cities in terms of escalation in price. We have adapted to various product mix, taking into consideration the market conditions prevailing during COVID as well as post-COVID. So we have altered the structure in terms of product mix for various marquee clients as well as huge sustainable project demands. We have also reduced our fixed overheads in terms of reduction in specific key areas. Our power and fuel costs have reduced to the extent of 14%, which translates to something like 31 odd crores from 36 odd crores. Our other manufacturing expense related to my existing ongoing businesses have also come down drastically by 40 odd %. This during COVID times is a precursor in terms of my sales, marketing, distribution costs and other sampling costs, which have drastically come down over the past 3 to 6 months. One of the prime concerns across various industries was how would post-COVID be for the building material space. Looking at the existing demand, where we see that post-COVID, the demand for real estate as well as the building material space has achieved as high as 95 to 105% factory utilization or manufacturing utilizations. We estimate that during the Q3 and Q4, as Mr. Kamlesh Patel, the chairman, rightly said, we expect a robust demand in the next 2 quarters. Some of the points which we have in-house or internally discussed among the board of members, which as a precursor which we would like to stress across is reduction of debt through various means, irrespective across several time spans. Advertising spends to capture newer territories and virgin markets. Focus on specific audience or target through B2B and B2C segments. Exports as an increasing trend, which we have already issued a press statement about a month back, where we intend to do in excess of 300 odd crores, has already been highlighted. Existing brand building exercise being incorporated through various channel partners. Inorganic and organic growth being explored at various stages of our manufacturing as well as other units. Expense reductions in terms of various stages of production, be it raw material, work in progress, finished goods. We have also able to reduce sustainable inventory levels at various levels in the Q2 as compared to in Q1. In terms of power as well as in terms of fuel, we have able to reduce the cost, as I earlier stated, by 14 odd %. The government of India has initiated a lower natural gas prices through which most of the industries are functioning. The net billing of which is yet to be seen in the Q3. So what we wanted to stress across is the net profitability generated through savings in fuels would be translated in Q3. In terms of our debtors from Q2 to Q1, we have actually reduced our debtors to less than 77 odd days as compared to 85 to 88 odd days in the previous quarter YOY. Customize or to acclimatize with new markets, we have introduced new ranges, new designs, as well as new sizes, as well as to adapt to the consumer preference, which has been one of our key price points as well as key penetration markets which are highlighted to get us better realization in terms of our sales. Our sanitary ware division, we have also appointed 75% new channel partners as compared to the traditional methods of selling across tiles with sanitary ware and marble and quartz. So we have added new channel partners to the extent of 75% odd and 25 from our existing businesses. In terms of our other verticals like quartz, we would like to state that our quartz business, which we have recently commenced, we will be on stream in the second quarter of FY2020. Now I leave the floor open to any questions. If at any, okay, go ahead please.
Any questions related to finances, Mr. Himanshu Shah would reply, or anything related to business, Mr. Kamlesh Patel, and I can reply. Please go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may enter star and one on their touchtone telephone. If your questions have been answered and you wish to withdraw yourself from the queue, you may enter star and two. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. To ask a question, you may enter star and one. We have the first question from the line of Prashant Kutty from Sundaram Mutual Fund. Please go ahead.
Hi. Thank you for the opportunity. So first question, just bookkeeping. If you could just share the volume growth numbers for tiles. That's something which you usually share every time. So share that number.
Mr. Himanshu will convey all the numbers exactly.
Hi, Mr. Bhuti.
Hi. Morning.
Yes, during this quarter that we have done a 7% of volume growth on YOY basis in Q2, and correspondingly, if you see this 3.5% is my degrowth in the value growth. So technically, the NSR is being reduced by 10.5%. But more particularly in the tile segments, we have 15 to 16% is the value growth and 10% volume growth that we have achieved in the tile sectors. So majorly, my growth is coming in the tile sectors in overall revenue breakup.
Okay, so tiles has grown in volumes by 10%.
10%, yeah. True.
Okay. Moving on to the second question, sir. I just want to ask you. You highlighted that demand from tier 2, tier 3 has actually been helping us, and you also highlighted that there has been an improvement in the retail as well. Could you share us what is the share of retail at this point of time, and what is the share of tier 2, tier 3 versus a tier 1 business?
Today, the whole industry segment has changed from metros to tier 2 and tier 3 cities because of the several reasons during COVID period. The major reason was the availability of the labor and the funds also. So most of the metro cities could not start up their project during this 3 months, first quarter and second quarter. But at the same time, the semi-urban areas, rural areas were working fantastically well because of the ample labor was available in that area. And budget housing was available, budget housing financing was available in those areas. AGL has performed extremely good during this in Q2 and Q1 period in those areas, and our total sale has come almost around 60% plus in those areas from non-institution sales basically. So this is a fantastic contribution from these areas has come into our kitty this time. And the advantage was this that previously also we were focused on this particular segment. We were mainly was a company which was focusing on a tier 2, tier 3 segment cities, and we had an established network, a very strong network of touch base point there in those areas that has resulted very well to us and has given us a good fantastic result during this time.
I'm sorry, I just kind of, I think I got cut. But you said 60% of the growth is coming from non-institutional sales, is what you said, right?
60% the sales, total sales has come up from these areas.
Okay. But what is the revenue share contribution of retail at this point of time?
Exact revenue share percentage, just 1 second, I can tell you. Retail revenue share. 50% from retail. Today we have grown up to 50% revenue share from the retail.
Revenue share of retail is 50% now.
We have grown to 50%, which was much lesser before, but we are growing continuously.
Okay.
From 39% we have grown to 50% during this period, which is a fantastic growth, almost like 20% growth we have done.
Good, great. So second question is, so obviously you highlighted about that cost is something which you have tremendously focused upon. Even your employee costs, be it your power and fuel costs, obviously you got the benefit of gas prices as well. But just looking at the other expense number and all of that, there's been a tremendous cut over there. Wanted to ask how much of these spends will kind of come back? What amount of the spends will come back, and what are the spends which are kind of going to be there? Also, I want to ask you is from a gross margin perspective. While we've improved our gross margins from versus the previous quarter, but we are still well away from that 40% gross margin mark which we used to deliver in the last year before that we were 41.4%. What is the outlook on that? When do we intend to get back to that gross margin numbers of 40%? And secondly, is on the margin, what of the costs are not going to be sustained?
Yeah, Prashant, as far as this GP margin is concerned, which is, if you see compare the figures over the last quarter, the last financial years, see there is a marginal reduction in the GP, but which was the happens, which was majorly the factor is, as I earlier said, is in the tile sector we are able to achieve the NSR to maintain or to some extent improvement in the NSRs. But as far as this marble and quartz is concerned, which is a very premium product, which was not in high demand in this quarter, so which was in this result is impacted, and that's why this my GP margin is impacted due to this marble and quartz. But in the next quarter, see, we likely see this very good improvement in this premium segments also in premium, there is a marble and quartz. So definitely we are confident that including this tile sectors, the marble and quartz will be the highest contributing factor in the GP.
Prashant, the coming quarter would change a lot. There will be a turnaround, and I have seen that experience. AGL also has experience in this particular quarter Q2. That turnaround has started. The demand which was started from the mid segment is turning around to the upper segment also. So I am very sure that in the Q3 and Q4 you would see that this margin pressure would be released, and we will have a upward margins in the coming time. Plus also there is a contribution from the bottom line also will improve. The reason being that there is a cut in the fuel price, there is a cut in the cost of sales. These two together, all together like three factors will give us a much better margins in coming quarters.
And even in this outsource business, we have still in this quarter two is a high margin in these outsourced products. So as and when the manufacturing these marble and quartz in in-house materials will be improving in the third and fourth quarter. Along with this trading what is outsourced material, this margin will also improve.
Prashant ji, just in a metro, आज बॉम्बे, दिल्ली, चेन्नई, बेंगलोर जितना मेट्रो है उसमें मार्बल के बड़े स्लैब हमारा कंपोज मार्बल या क्वार्ट्ज मार्बल बड़े बिल्डर टॉप लेवल बिल्डर वो यूटिलाइज करते हैं, लेकिन लास्ट पिछले 4 महीने से हमने देखा तो ग्रेजुअली मार्बल एंड क्वार्ट्ज इंप्रूव हो रहा है ड्यू टू बड़े प्रोजेक्ट बंद थे. अभी हमको अक्टूबर में से हमने ये हो रखा है कि भाई अक्टूबर में हमारा डिमांड अच्छा रहा, अक्टूबर का मंथ अच्छा रहा, तो इसलिए बोल सकते हैं कि भाई सिरामिक में भी बड़े स्लैब की डिमांड हमारा अच्छा रहा है और टाइल्स और क्वार्ट्ज में भी बड़े स्लैब का डिमांड अच्छा रहेगा. तो हमारा जो NSR है वो ऑटोमेटिक इंप्रूव हो जाएगा.
Okay. Two more questions which I have.
Metros would begin to work very soon, like and some of them have already started. Labor's migration have again returned back. So I think in the coming 2 quarters you will see a different numbers altogether on gross margins.
Sure. 2 more questions if I could ask. One is just want to get a clarification on the cost side. You said that obviously most of the costs have been cut, but some costs will come back. Like ad spends might come back. Some bit of employee costs will also kind of come back. So are we still confident that we can do a 11-12% kind of a EBITDA margin number in the coming quarters?
Coming quarters would improve, definitely would improve, and some of the costs, as you very rightly said, that yes, it is going to come back, but in general margins would improve because of the several reasons. Not only one is the product mix, as our Kamlesh bhai just mentioned, that the product mix is going to be implemented in the next quarter. Like the all large slabs and everything will be there. Quartz is being added in the end of this year, so that would be another advantage to us. The cost has gone down because of the fuel also and because of the power cost also, so that is also another advantage. Plus, a major change what has happened in AGL is that we have opted digitalization in a big way. So the cost of sales has gone down, and that will definitely add on at least 2 to 3% in this year. So in totality, if you see, we will definitely maintain our lead on this front.
Okay, so great to hear, sir. One last question from my end, sir, with regard to the resolution for fundraising. Just wanted to know what are going to be the utilization of this proceeds, and the resolution also stated something called as loans and guarantees to promoter entities. So if you could just kind of give us some clarity on that part in terms of what do you intend to do with the funds that you're looking to raise.
Yeah, Prashantji, good question. Yes, we have just made a provisionary arrangement by passing these resolutions for the fundraisings by the various sources. So we will just evaluate the situations as and when the opportunity will come, and we'll see when the fund will be utilized for the future growth and any other these growth purposes. So right now I can say that there is one of the provisions that we have kept in our these past board meetings.
But how do you, what is the intense reason for raising funds? If you could just highlight on that part, sir.
Prashant, we see a lot of opportunities in coming year because of two reasons. One, as I said earlier, also in the earlier conference, also the world global dimensions are changing. The effect of China in ceramic market is continuously reducing. India is becoming a leader in ceramic market globally. So we see lot of future opportunities coming domestically as well as internationally also. So the whole reason of the vision of the management was this, that we should be prepared for taking up and absorbing any opportunity which is coming up by acquiring companies, by expanding our network, by expanding our production capacity, or doing some capex also and reducing sometimes some debts also, and in future. So all this considering, we want to be very ready and we want to be updated for this purpose, and that is why this action has been taken.
Sure. Thank you so much, and all the very best.
Thank you, Prashant, and greetings to you in advance.
Same to you. Happy Diwali.
Happy Diwali to you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, to ask a question, you may enter star and 1. Ladies and gentlemen, to ask a question, you may enter star and 1. We have the next question from the line of Prashant Kuti from Sundaram Mutual Fund. Please go ahead.
Yeah, just one follow-up I had. Sorry.
Please go ahead.
Any plans on reducing the debt? Because we have about 320 crores of debt on our books. Any plans on that part that we are also looking at from a fundraising perspective?
Yes, Prashantji, yes, definitely we have just planned and we are also moving on debt reductions. There is also one of the options just to reduce our existing interest cost. Even I earlier said that in my speech that we have replaced the existing debt also by the low cost of funding. And even at the standalone level, you can see that we have almost 750 crores, almost the numbers that we have reduced at the standalone working capital limits. Still in the moving side, as and when the free cash flow will be generated from these internal cash accruals, our first target is to reduce in the existing debt just to save my existing interest burden. Yes. So this will definitely happen, sir.
Two numbers which Prashant is very important, that the working capital cycle has been reduced by 8 days during this last 6 months. That is a very important figure. And another thing is that some high cost debt may be a small number, but we have already reduced working capital loan by the COVID loan, and we are saving almost around 1.5% in that also. So this action has already been taken, and management is quite serious to reduce the debt in future also, in coming days also. So that can be also one of the opportunity in coming days for us.
Okay, sure. And just one last bit from my end. On the quartz part of the business, you said that quartz will get added by the end of the year. What are the targets for quartz as far as the next year is concerned? And I believe this quartz is largely going to be export. Could you just kind of share what kind of numbers you're looking at for quartz business for next year?
Next year, see, this quartz operation will start in the end of this year, like, the last quarter of year 2020-21. And next year, estimated sales should be approximately 150 crore rupees from the quartz segment. That is what we are targeting. And of course, yes, as you very rightly said, that the large portion would be coming from the exports only. Could you hear, Prashant, my answer or?
Yeah, no, I heard.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prashant. Thank you for being there for being with us.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, to ask a question, you may enter star and 1. We have the next question from the line of Palash Agarwal, an investor. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon. Sir, I want to ask again about marble and quartz business. You said that the demand for these products has been a little slow to come back, but you're expecting it to grow in the future. how quickly do you think marble and quartz business is going to grow back? And is there some kind of like a pressure on the prices of the raw material for quartz? From what I understand, that there is a lot of competition for the prices of raw material in the quartz business. Can you please throw some light on that?
I think Kamlesh bhai, our chairman, would give us some light on that.
Just quartz का raw material में at present कोई price का problem नहीं है, लेकिन जो quartz का demand है, जितने quartz और composite marble की demand है, वो metro में है, B और C टाउन में ये प्रोडक्ट की डिमांड कम है, लग्जरियस प्रोडक्ट है, ये प्रोडक्ट की प्राइस अबाउट 250 पर स्क्वायर फीट से ऊपर है. तो और उसी तरह से यूएस एक्सपोर्ट जो ऑलरेडी कोरोना के टाइम में जो एक्सपोर्ट ओवरऑल बंद था, वहां भी डिमांड यूएस में भी ओवरऑल आफ्टर ड्यूटी रिडक्शन के बाद में भी डिमांड जितना चाहिए था इतना कम था. मैं उम्मीद करता हूं कि नेक्स्ट थर्ड या फोर्थ क्वार्टर से वो डिमांड अपना वापस जनरेट हो जाएगी. डोमेस्टिक मार्केट तो हमारा अक्टूबर में रिवाइवल हो गया है जो क्वार्ट्ज मार्बल के लिए. हमको उम्मीद है कि जो हमारा ये दफा जो डी ग्रोथ भी हुआ है वो क्वार्ट्ज मार्बल की वजह से हुआ है, क्योंकि हमारा एक कैमरोला करके प्लान था, उसमें जो हमारा जेवी था वो जस्ट रिवाइवल किया है, उसकी वजह से हमारा जो डी ग्रोथ हुआ है. लेकिन क्वार्ट्ज एंड मार्बल नेक्स्ट फोर्थ क्वार्टर से वो हमारा रनिंग हो जाएगा फुल फ्लैश.
ठीक है सर, थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू सो मच.
थैंक यू Parag.
Thank you. We have the next question from the line of Himesh Tatra from Sequent Investments. Please go ahead.
Hello, good afternoon, sir. So can I have the dealer count at the end of the quarter, and how many dealers have we added during the quarter?
See, the touch base point is still almost same. We have not changed anything much into it. So previously we were having approximately 6,500 touch base points, and we are maintaining that. So the positive part is that during this pandemic time also we have not lost any touch base point. We are maintaining, and the physical travel is still very much restricted. So definitely once in Q3 and Q4 physical travel starts moving on rapidly, then we will improve something more on this.
Okay. And so during the quarter 4 call, we had announced for the Atmanirbhar plan in association with the government, where we will be focusing more in the rural areas. So
yeah.
How is the momentum going over there?
This was the plan of our chairman, and he was very focused from the beginning that he wanted to do as a special activity from the company side to support the youth. And I would request Kamlesh bhai only to give you more detail on Atmanirbhar, because it is very close to his heart, and he was passionately involved in this particular program, and he designed it completely, how to do Atmanirbhar program, or how to involve youth in rural areas and semi-urban areas.
Just this is after Corona, this is a digital marketing in particular area in rural area, and our product, our promising brand we utilize there. आज की तारीख में हमारा छोटे छोटे एरिया में भी एक रूरल एरिया में सेल्स एग्जीक्यूटिव रखे हैं, और वो डायरेक्ट रिपोर्टिंग कंपनी में करते हैं. तो उससे जो भी डिमांड आज बी और सी टाउन और उसके नीचे के टाउन में जो भी होता है, वो हमारे रिटेल जहाँ शोरूम है वहाँ कस्टमर को कन्वर्ट करके वो पोजीशन में लाते हैं. और हमने ये अभी गुजरात में स्टार्ट किया है. हमारा एग्जिस्टिंग अभी एक रिसेंट मोरबी में, एक हिम्मतनगर में और एक अहमदाबाद में ऐसे कंपनी के ऑन शोरूम है, जहां पर्टिकुलर पर्सन को जो प्रोडक्ट प्रॉमिसिंग अच्छा लगता है तो वहां नजदीक जाके वो विजिट कर सकता है. तो गुजरात वेस्ट जोन में हमारी ऑलरेडी वो डिमांड बढ़ी है. ऐसा एक आफ्टर जस्ट नेक्स्ट ईयर हम ये चीज नेक्स्ट महाराष्ट्र में करेंगे.
So Maharashtra wala will start from FY21, FY22.
Right.
Okay, so every year we are gonna go with one.
Right, this is a continuously process and digital marketing, and this is a soft digital. Each and every product we introduce in a digital way.
See, exactly, it was kind of a test marketing or test run in our home market in Gujarat. And now, since it has given a very positive result, so our chairman feels that we should replicate it into many more states, not only just Maharashtra. We would do in couple of more states also.
And main base is a local to vocal. क्योंकि आज की तारीख में सिरामिक की जो प्रोडक्ट है वो ईच एंड एवरी प्रोडक्ट रॉ मटेरियल आज इंडिया में है, तो एक बड़ी अपॉर्चुनिटी है इंडिया के लिए कि भाई आज वो प्रोडक्ट छोटे से छोटी जगह पे हमारी प्रेजेंस रहे.
Sir, this is the operator. The participant's line is disconnected. I'll announce for more questions.
Sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, to ask a question, you may enter star and 1.
If there is no more question, so we can close the call.
As we have no further questions from participants, I would like to hand the floor back to the management for closing comments. Please go ahead.
First of all, a warm greetings to you for hosting us, and season's greetings and happy Diwali to all participants on behalf of Asian Granito management. I thank you, all of you, for being with us during this festive time and during this COVID time also. Thank you once again, and a warm greetings to all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Asian Granito India Limited, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines. Thank you.